Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind the scenes stories you won't want to miss. Heading into the Week 9 eviction episode of Big Brother 27, Morgan Pope had just used the veto to remove herself from the block, providing second-time head of household Lauren Doming with the perfect opportunity to execute her plan of nominating Keanu Soto as the replacement via the back door. Lauren won her spot as the decision-maker during the controversial White Locust elimination twist immediately following the Week 8 eviction. In a hamster maze competition, self-proclaimed BB Queen Rachel Riley failed to complete the task in the time allotted, sending her straight to jury. Two of her closest allies, Ashley Hollis and Will Williams, are now on the block next to Keanu, and one of the three will join Rachel in the jury house. Read on for our recap of Big Brother Season 27, Episode 31, which aired Thursday, Sep 11 on CBS. This season's theme is the Summer of Mystery, and the house has been transformed into the Hotel Mystere, where secrets lurk behind every corner. The following individuals are still in the running for the $750,000 grand prize. Ashley Hollis, 25, attorney from Chicago; Ava Pearl, 24, aura painter from Long Island, NY; Keanu Soto, 33, dungeon master from Miami; web designer Kelly Jorgensen, age 29, hails from Burbank, South Dakota; Lauren Doming, 22, bridal consultant from Lafayette, Law; gamer Morgan Pope, age 33, is from Palm Springs, California; Vince Panaro, 34, unemployed from West Hills, Calif; Will Williams, 50, is a Wallace, South Carolina-based college sports podcaster. We begin where Wednesday's veto episode left off, with Morgan safe for the remainder of the week and Keanu reeling from Lauren's unexpected backdoor attempt. When Keanu was in Week 8, despite numerous house guests urging him to, he did not nominate Lauren for eviction. He was hoping to cash in on that fact this week, but Lauren didn't reciprocate the same kindness. Keanu is now counting on a blockbuster victory to save his career. Ashley sits next to him on the block now for the second time in a row, while Will is vulnerable to eviction again for the first time since Week 3. So, who will be going home tonight? But first, Vince in the middle. After prioritizing Lauren over Morgan during the White Locust twist this week, Vince was caught in the middle between the two players he promised to go to the end of the game with. Because Lauren is home, Vince spent a lot of time with her this week, influencing her decision-making as much as he could. In recent weeks, Vince and Morgan have gotten increasingly close on a personal level, feeding the betrayal Morgan felt by Vince's actions this week. Feeling alienated from Vince, Morgan told him that the time he's spending with Lauren is extremely hurtful, because Lauren is so fiercely targeting her, and as Morgan's friend, he should be doing more to protect her. Morgan was noticing that Vince was playing in the middle between the two of them and needed to see going forward that his words match his actions when it comes to being committed to their pact in the game. Finding votes. For the players voting in the eviction this week, the consensus was that if Keanu remains on the block after the BB blockbuster, that he'd be the one to go. Their conundrum would come only if Keanu saves himself, leaving Ashley and Will as the only two options. Keanu remaining in the house was Lauren's worst nightmare because he made it clear to her that putting him at risk this week leaves him no option but to go after her, Vince and Morgan next week. Despite Will and Ashley being strong allies and friends in the game, both understood the likelihood that Keanu would win the blockbuster and they'd be pitted against each other. Ashley pitched for Keanu's vote by bonding over their shared loss of Rachel and the fact that Will can easily skate through to the end of the game as someone that will never be voted out. Ashley was interested in working with Keanu in future weeks because he'd replace Rachel as the perfect shield to ever sit next to on eviction night. Welcome back, Rachel. No, not back into the game, but into the studio to sit down with Julie Chen Moonves for her official elimination interview. In their chat, Rachel admitted that had she approached Ava differently, then she may have been able to influence Ava's decision to choose her over Vince for the first hamster will competitively, and she also acknowledged that she hoped the relationship they built over the course of the season would have meant more to Ava in that moment. Rachel accepted responsibility for stepping up to compete in the wheel in the first place and says that she saw her big brother history flash before her eyes in that moment and she panicked. On the subject of Keanu, Rachel said she respects his game because he plays hard as a comp beast, but still called him a messy player that she wishes she could put a target on still. In her final thoughts, Rachel expressed gratitude for everything that the show has given her over the years, including her family, and she remains a huge fan of her favorite show. BB Blockbuster. Will, Keanu, and Ashley participated in the Key to Safety competition for this week's final safety chance, in which they had to free themselves from a luggage cart that was woven through with their rope. Will was present to compete despite his leg injury, and despite his larger stature, Keanu appeared to be moving faster than either of his competitors. As predicted by the Houseguest throughout the week, Keanu came out on top in the comp and won his safety from the vote. Live eviction. In the moments after Keanu's win was announced to the voting Houseguests, there was no whispering to strategize about the vote and instead just quick hugs around the room. A tearful Ashley had nothing negative to say about anyone, especially not her best friend in the house that she was sitting next to. Will also had a tough time speaking because of the emotional weight of the situation, admitting that if he leaves the house it must be because he's lovable. In the live vote, Keanu, Morgan, and Vince voted as the majority to evict Will. Ava and Kelly voted in the minority to evict Ashley. No one seemed more torn up by the result than Ava, but all the Houseguests gave their love and hugs to Will on his way out of the house. During his exit interview with Julie, Will said they woke up on the day of the eviction to learn that people decided he was too likable to leave in the game because he'd be dangerous to sit next to in the end. He reiterated that the Houseguests are crazy kids, but he thinks he was put on this season to mentor them and believes he leaves the game a better man. He doesn't feel betrayed by anyone because both Morgan and Vince approached him with their decision, and he has no hard feelings against any of them. In his very final thought, he said that he hopes Ava wins, but sees Vince probably winning because he can convince anyone of anything. Coming up next week is a 2-hour episode on Wednesday, Sep 17th, featuring the iconic Zingbot, and then a double eviction episode on Thursday, Sep 18th. Big Brother fans were in need of a normal eviction this week. 2 days after Rachel Riley's sudden elimination sent shockwaves through the fandom, Will Williams became the 10th Houseguest booted from Big Brother 27 during the Thursday, September 11th episode. He was evicted by a vote of 3-2, becoming the second member of the jury after Rachel. Will originally thought that his strong relationships would protect him this week, but he soon realized that his social game actually made him a threat. Will said to Big Brother host Julie Chen Moonves, "My fatal flaw in the house was being likable. Nobody wanted to sit beside me in the finals." Earlier this week, Lauren Doming became head of household for the second time this season. She nominated Morgan Pope, Ashley Hollis, and Will for eviction. During the iconic BB Comics competition, Morgan won her second veto of the season and used it to take herself off the block. Lauren then selected Keanu Soto as the replacement nominee. This week's BB Blockbuster winner was Keanu won, leaving Will and Ashley on the block. When is Big Brother on next? There won't be a new episode of Big Brother on Sunday, September 14th, due to the 77th Emmy Awards. The next episode will air on Wednesday, September 17th at 8 p.m. The 2-hour episode will include the head of household competition, the nomination ceremony, and the power of veto competition. There will be 2 evictions on Big Brother on September 18th. How to watch the Big Brother live feeds. The Big Brother live feeds are available to anyone with a Paramount Plus subscription. Once logged into Paramount Plus, simply navigate to the Big Brother page and select the live feeds. CBS and Paramount Plus broadcast Big Brother at 8 p.m. on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Episodes are available to stream on Paramount Plus the day after they air.